Hello YouTube. Let me start out this video by saying, to the person who created acrylic nails, fuck you, okay? I was a bridesmaid at a wedding, and I had to put these monstrosities on my fingers. I'm about ready to take a pair of pliers and rip out my fingernails. That is how annoying they are. Now, on to the actual point of this video, which is not about fake nails. In my previous video, Civil Union, which has been taken down for a couple of reasons that I'm not going to get into, I made the rather empirical statement that sex is the ultimate form of affection. And I got a lot of questions about it, and some of them I answered in comments, but since the video is not there anymore and I can't explain myself, I figured I would try to do it here. So I'm going to go through and address just some of the things that were brought up. If you don't want to watch it, there are a slew of I Am Bogter videos that are fucking great, especially the one with Borg Picard, because that brought out my inner nerd and I giggled the entire way through it. I highly recommend that one. One of the first questions was whether or not I actually believe that sex is the ultimate form of affection, or if it was something I just kind of said mid-rant. And I can completely understand the question, because I'm still a nub, and I tend not to edit very well, especially when I'm all mid-rant like I was, because I ad-lib. I don't have a script. I don't write anything out. I just record myself saying the same shit over and over, and then edit through about an hour's worth of clips until I get to a 5 or 6 minute video. So it's a good question. But I do actually believe it, and it's a belief I've held for quite a while. As for why I believe sex is the ultimate form of affection, it's not because it's all about the penetration, and there's nothing wrong with what I think are the lesser forms, such as embracing, kissing, caressing. I just don't think there are any real consequences of the lesser forms. They don't require the same amount of trust. You can kiss a person, and nothing really bad's gonna come from it. You may have emotional or mental issues with it, but nothing concrete, nothing physical. With sex, you have to understand going into it that there may be dire repercussions. You could get pregnant, you could get a disease, you run the risk of the other person doing something you may not want them to. And it's that level of trust that I think makes it the ultimate form of affection. Thunderbolt posed a very interesting question to me, and that was whether or not I thought things like casual sex and prostitution cheapened my belief. And my answer to that is no. And that's because I distinguish between sex and fucking. Fucking is mutual masturbation, where you use the other person in place of your hand or fleshlight or whatever the fuck you use. The ultimate goal of fucking is getting your rocks off. It's not to show affection. Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's in different categories to me. I guess the more accepted term for what I classify as sex, and understand, I loathe this moniker with every fiber of my being, but I suppose make love is a better term for what I classify as sex, but Even saying that put a bad taste in my mouth, okay? I really hate that phrase. To me, they're two separate things. So it doesn't really cheapen it. Now, as far as fucking cheapening the trust that is involved in sex, yes, it does. A lot. But it doesn't cheapen my belief. Hopefully, that cleared up any misconceptions that may have been there. If there are any more questions, feel free to ask. I will try to explain them to the best of my ability, but I think I've covered just about everything. Have a good one.